Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lexi. And today I will be diving into the brand new Pat McGrath Divine Rose 2 palette. I'm sure you've probably seen a lot of YouTubers cover it already, but I just wanted to show you just a full range of my collection that I have here. Before I dive into any of that though, I wanted to say a huge thank you to everybody that watched my one brand tutorial featuring Charlotte Tilbury. I appreciate all the likes, all the new subscribers that I got, all the comments that really gave me input as far as new videos that you guys would like to watch. It really helps me and supports my channel. It gives me the confidence to push this further. As you can see here, I have no makeup on whatsoever. Once again, like the Charlotte Tilbury video that I did, I will be doing just Pat McGrath products on my face as I do this get ready. But I just wanted you guys to take a look and see what I had as far as the shadow palettes, because it is a wide range. So this is the Mothership 1 palette. I got this when it first launched directly from her website. It's kind of washing the color out, but it's a very cool tone palette. As you can see, I didn't really dive into this one. I'm not really a cool shadow type of girl, but this is a good one for every day. The second one, let me double check. Yes, the second one is this guy right here. This one was actually one of my favorites that she came out with. I love the green and I love that gold that you saw there. I thought it was very beautiful. Especially like on a date night. The Mothership 3 palette, all those like shimmer shades really spoke to me, especially one like this guy here. That one was really pretty. And then this is a Mothership 4. At the moment, this is the only one that you cannot buy on her website. This is the Decadence palette, and this was the one that she did like a collaboration in Star Wars. I labeled it in the back because there's no way I'm going to be able to memorize the rest of those palettes. This is her highlighting palette. It has 3 shades in there. You see I have her lip balms. I actually just got these 2 in the other week, and then I have a few of her lipsticks. I have one of them that stays in my purse because it's one of my favorite shades. My foundation shade here, I wear the shade Medium 21. I actually love this foundation. My favorite lip liner, the only one I've tried and I have backups of, is Suburbia, and she actually released this with the Divine Rose collection again in just like new packaging, but it's been around. It's been one of my favorites. This is the Bronze Ambition palette, or sorry, Bronze Temptation palette. I just thought those ones were beautiful. I love these green colors. And then you'll have the Platinum Bronze. Let me just move all these guys out the way. Platinum Bronze. They're much more neutral. I love the matte. It's like the one singular matte sheets that she does in these palettes are beautiful. And then the last one that I got, sorry, the last one is the Bronze Ambition. And this is also like one of my favorites. I love those like beautiful gold tones. And then to jump into the Divine Rose palette, this is the Divine Rose 1, and this is a Mothership 7 palette. This is by far one of my favorites that she's done. I find it's a lot more wearable for day to day, and the matte shade that she has in this bottom corner here is absolutely stunning, super smooth. Look at that color payoff that just came off. It literally just lightly dabbed it, but look at that. It's so pretty. I love this color. And then you have that super pop in the Divine Rose 2, where you really have a punch of more vibrant colors. And then that pink that you see right in the center there, this one here, that is one that you could use as a blush. I don't think they necessarily recommend it for the eye area, but I use it as a blush already, and I think it's stunning on especially if you have a medium to deep skin tone. So that is all of the eyeshadow palettes here. Like I said, I didn't want to swatch them all. It would take all day for me to kind of get through this. One thing that I wish that she did on these was to label it, because for me, I keep all of my eyeshadow palettes in my drawers like next to me here, and I could tell the Anastasia one's just based off the top, but sorry, that's my like skincare backup. but when it comes to telling the difference between these, when they're all lined up like this on the top, I can't tell. I almost want to p-touch it so that I could see, but as of now, I really just write on the back of it the number of the shadow. So Mothership 1, 2, 3, and whatnot. So we're gonna dive back in to do a makeup look with all of these, not all of these, with just the Divine Rose 2 palette, and then I'll also show you how I do my face. Like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, I'd like to do my eye makeup first and then go into my face makeup, so I will do that. Okay, now that I have you in nice and close to my eyes, we are gonna go into this beautiful new palette here, and we're gonna take this pretty corally shade. I'm gonna tap a little bit off. This like literally picks up so much color, it's insane. I love her eyeshadow palettes, but I have to be like very careful because I find that it's really for like amazing makeup artists who are capable of like picking up very little pigment and going a long way with it. I am not. I like, you know, have such a heavy hand when I go into something that I have to be very careful. So we're gonna go in, we're gonna put it all along the crease. We're really gonna blend this out. As you can see, it's such a beautiful color. But we're gonna pick up that same shade, and now we're gonna go into the other eye. And like I did that first one, you're really gonna start with the kind of the center and then blend everything out. I have a mirror right next to my camera, so if you see me looking, it's because I'm looking at a mirror. So I'm trying to blend from kind of right here and go on out. That's typically what I do with any kind of crease color that I'm using. I kind of got carried away with this one. Now that we have that there, same exact brush, I'm going to go into that really deep shade you see there. I'm going to take just a little because like I said, the color payoff is insane. We're going to go into this eye first this time. We're going to really lightly put it there. As you can see, when I say lightly, I meant lightly. And it's because I want to build this color up rather than putting on too much too soon and then worrying about how I'm going to, you know, make it work like I did with that crease color. So we're just putting it on the edge right there. Once again, I'm not a makeup artist, guys. I am just a girl who really loves makeup, who really collects it. I try my best. I really do try my best to make like looks that are pretty and wearable, but by no means am I like a pro makeup artist, or really skills that I've picked up from other makeup artists, either from going into, you know, cosmetic counters or meeting people in person who are like, you know, if you did this or this, that's really how I learned stuff. And then also YouTube. So once we have enough of that pigment on the outside, once again, you'll see that I do very similar makeup looks. I really just like to bring the darkness on the outside and then bring light into here, so, and then make it kind of ombre out. So you'll find, once again, I spend a lot of my time just blending everything. Flat brush here, and I'm going to take this beautiful color that's right next to that deep shade. I'm going to tap it in, and I'm going to place it right in the center of my eye. I'm not trying to make it go any farther than the center of my eyelid. I don't know if you could tell. So once we have it there and you have that kind of sparkle, we're going to take that shade right near that beautiful pink, and we're going to take that same brush and we're going to take it, and then we're going to bring it right next to it. right next to it and really work it in. I don't think I mentioned it, but what I put down as a base is the Laura Mercier Caviar eye sticks, I believe are what they're called. You could use it as a eyeshadow base or as like an actual color, so I could show you that, but I just used like the most like natural nude color that matched my skin tone. So now that we have that, and as you could tell, I'm working it a little bit higher than just my like actual lid. I'm kind of working it into the crease that we kind of had that corally color in. I'm gonna take that beautiful vibrant gold. And I know that you could use this as a topper, but I'm just gonna place it right there in the center. Placing it right there in the center. I have these Shiseido little cotton swabs. I'm gonna put a little bit of my solar water on there. I'm gonna take this and go underneath my eye and then all the way up. Same thing over here, underneath. And go all the way up. And well, I'll show you why I do this in a second, but it's because I don't want this to mix with my concealer. And go into, where did it go? This like duo multi-chrome color. And I really take very little of it and I'm gonna put it underneath my eye. This color has so much, like, anytime I shift, the color just changes, which is so cool. I'm going to slowly blend it into there. Okay, so now that that's all done, instead of going back in with any other my eye stuff, I'm going to start working on my face and then we can finish our eye look. Okay guys, so now that our eyes are almost done, I said that this was an everyday eye look. I'm looking at it and I'm like, no, it's not, girl. You are out and ready to party. But I am taking the Laura Mercier foundation primer. This has broad spectrum SPF 30 sunscreen in it. And it's because, you know, even though we are wearing a mask right now while we're in the sun, I still feel like it's totally necessary to have something. You still need it, even if you're sitting by a window just at home. You know, you still need to have some kind of sunscreen on. So I'm using this as my primer and as my sunscreen today. I really love Laura Mercier products. I really do. I feel like it's very, like, no one really talks about it much, but it's really good. Oh, and before I forget, the little stick that I was talking about was this guy here, and I have the shade Caramel in it. And it's just one of these little things that you just swipe up and you could put all over your eye, and it's the most like natural colors. You could blend it out, which is really cool. Okay, so now that we have our primer and SPF on, I am gonna go in with my foundation. And I told you guys I'm using her Skin Fetish foundation that she did, her liquid one. I usually take 1, 2. This one's obviously a lot more liquidy than the typical foundation. And I will go in with my Morphe brush. Just like my eye brushes that I use. Those were all the Morphe Jaclyn Hill collaboration. This was just the Morphe like gold set that they did a while back, and honestly it just all, as long as you're using a rounded kabuki brush. Yes, this is dirty, like I've used it. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the best at cleaning my brushes often, but it just goes to show. I had some redness on my nose. I don't know if I was breaking out or what was going on there, but this even though it's very liquidy as a foundation, it's still so good at covering everything up. I don't want to go too heavy with my like over here because it's going to be covered, but I did. Oops. So I'm gonna take that. Really, I always have like dark spots on my chin from that chin acne that everyone, you know, some of us girls suffer from. Pretty much. I'm just gonna put a tiny little squirt on my hand again, and that is gonna cover my forehead. I don't always sculpt my eyebrows out with concealer. I don't find that it's like super necessary for an everyday. I think if I'm getting like super glammed up and going somewhere, I will, but otherwise I don't. So now that the whole foundation is set, I'm gonna go in I'm gonna go in with my Pat McGrath concealer. This one is in the shade 18. I like to take so that there's not too much on there, and then I'm gonna go under my eye and then really kind of comb it out. And then from there I will go on here, and then I will go on my forehead with what I have left. Using the Morphe M173 brush, this is one of my favorites for concealer. I like to tap my nose out first. I just like to do the center of my nose to just bring more light to there, and then I like to blend out. So as you can tell, I do like a very messy blend with my concealer. When it comes to your under eye, you want to press, but then also kind of sift out. And then I like to get as close to that under eye and then even the side of my nose. And then I'll actually take this and go up, like past my brow, because I want to bring some color. I have a very long face, but I want it to be a little bit wider over here. So that's why you'll see that I'll do not only this, but I'll put just a little by the side of my brow, just to kind of like make this seem a little bit wider, and so my face isn't just this like long block, if that makes sense. I have come to really love her complexion products. I'm like so eager for her to put out more because I love the formula. It's all super lightweight on my skin. It does not feel heavy at all, which I like that a lot of brands are kind of headed that direction. And then I take it all the way down past like to where my nose is to bring light to that spot. Out, I get my foundation brush and I just blend it all. And then I will go into here. And so that way it's not just like stiff lines from when I did it, but it's all blended out. That's about as like far as my like complexion part goes. I like to do my bronzer, highlighter, and then blush. This guy, it's another, oh actually this is a Sephora brand one. It's typically my favorite because it's like super dome shaped at the top. Yes, I need to clean my brushes, I apologize. So this is the medium shade. It's the first time I'm using it, so I'm kind of excited. I'm gonna tap it in there just slightly, and then we're gonna apply it into that under eye. So I recently got the Charlotte Tilbury under eye powder, as you guys saw, and that thing just erases everything. But this is also beautiful. They're very similar. I don't know at this moment if I would rate one better than the other. I have some ideas in my mind, but let's just see how it wears throughout the day. But yeah, look at how it just made everything under there just so like matte, and like there's no lines. I like to bring it whatever powder I have left on my brush, I do like to always put it into my like smile lines right here that I might get, and then also right here where I might get a little bit oily throughout the day. Okay, so now that our setting powder and everything is done, I'm gonna use the beautiful thing. This one here, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, is super like pink once swatched. I am not using that on my face. This one here is super goldy, and it's not so like crazy, and then this one is like insane. So based off that, I think I'm gonna use just this one on the end, and this one is also a Morphe brush. I'm gonna take just a tad, and I'm gonna apply it right up here to the high points of my cheek. Okay, so you guys are probably wondering, like, girl, your eye makeup is not done. No, it is not, but it's because I like to do, I've been like kind of learning as I go along, I like to do my highlighter and all the other stuff before I go into my eyeliner, because I don't want it to get on my eyeliner and then dull it out. I'll take a little bit of this, go down the bridge of my nose. Just a little. I should have done more of a quarantine style, not quarantine, but like COVID-19 style get ready with me, because Lord knows I wouldn't have done anything around my mouth area. This is a way more subtle highlighter. If I start to go in with this guy here, that's when it like intensifies, but I'm pretty sure that if I go too heavy-handed with this, it is too much for my skin. I don't really know what the ingredients are, but I tried it the other day and it was just like a little too much to where I was starting to break out. So there's that. Another way to get it to be more intense when you're applying is once you put that under eye powder and whatever down, put a setting mist so that your skin is a little bit more dewy, and then put this on so it has something to like hold on to. Fluffy brush, and I'm going to show you guys. We're going to just tap it in ever so slightly. It's definitely very, very vibrant. And now I'm going to take Suburbia, which is one of my favorites. Literally one of my favorites. Color we should use. So I have a handful of her shades right here, but I think I'm gonna use my Flush 5. I have Flush 3, I like that one, and I actually have the lip balm to that one. When we use Flush 5, it's a little bit darker. Oh, it goes on so smooth every time. Okay, so for my eyes, I have both her Chroma Precision eyeliner and her mascara. You could obviously go in with your mascara and just call it a day, and it's maybe a little bit more wearable and not so like vampy with, you know, the eyeliner. But I think I'm gonna go in with my eyeliner anyways, because you know me, and that is like my go-to look. So we're gonna go in. Let me actually zoom you guys in a bit. So you see that look there? I know I'm gonna see how that works after I put my thing on. I totally messed up right there. Okay, so that is it with the eyeliner, and I am like so obsessed with all of these rosy colors. Now we're gonna go in with the mascara. And you can kind of see now why, if I were to have done my highlighter, every now and then it kind of disperses and gets on the eyeliner part. And so that's kind of why I didn't want to do that first and then go in. I like to do this as like one of the last steps. So now I'm going to take my mascara. I like to take a little bit off and I will go in. Okay guys, take my hair down and show you this finished look. Thank you guys so much for sticking around and watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some ideas for this new Divine Rose 2 palette. I didn't use the Divine Rose one, and I probably will do another eye look incorporating this palette, but I really just wanted to show you how beautiful and vibrant these new colors are here. So just to recap, we use this guy as our blush shade. I used this one here as my inner corner, and then I went kind of like this all over the crease, this all the way on the outside, this in the center, this in the center, just to try to use like the most colors possible to create a look for you guys. I'm very pleased with it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps support my channel. Give it a thumbs up if it's a look that you're gonna do, or if you have picked up this palette. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any recommendations for my next video, leave them down below. I am super open to doing it. I know a few of you mentioned like a must-have makeup products. I will probably do that as my next one. Or maybe even do a May favorites. It's something that I was thinking about doing as well. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you next time.